Hello, beautiful humans. You're listening to Pixlyne Pod, a live creative space where ideas unfold, conversations flow, and community comes to life. I'm Eloise, and I'm here with my absolutely fabulous co-hosts, Goddess and Binary. This is where we explore art in all of its forms, from inspiration and process to bold ideas and honest, unfiltered conversations. No rules, no rigid paths, just real talk about what it means to create in today's world. Whether you're an artist, a collector, or simply someone who feels called to create, you feel that quiet pull towards creativity, then you're in the right place. I'd love to welcome you to Pixlyne Pod. Let's create something meaningful together.
Greetings, everyone. I am Goddess, and we are so happy that you're here with us. This space is all about open, honest communication, the kind where we explore creativity without pressure, without perfection, and definitely without gatekeeping.
Exactly. Think of this like a place to pause, to breathe, connect, sitting down with a couple of friends, talking about things that really matter in your creative life. Have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of wine, kind of whatever takes your fancy. Whether you're actively creating or you're just feeding that spark, you really belong in this space and you're a part of the space.
Yes, and we want you to always feel like you're a part, and we want you to be a part of this space. So each week we dive into a theme around art and creativities. We share stories, we highlight voices from our Pixeline community, and we invite you to join into our conversation as well, whether that be you looking at our replays or either commenting in our comment section. And today we have something special we've all experienced at some point. I know I have. What about you, Eloise?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Sometimes it's after a day, sometimes it's after a month, sometimes maybe I'm good for 2 years, but at some point it hits. What is it? Creative block. But before we get into that, we have two really important reminders.
hmm
We have Pixlyne poll submissions. That's for our magazine. Binary, do you want to give us a bit more information, please?
Yeah, so we're working on the second issue of Pixlyne Pulse magazine. We have already received some content for the magazine, but there's still some time to send in your art, design, or creative writings. The theme of this magazine is Nature in Bloom, and the deadline for submitting content is the last day of this month.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Goddess, I think you are going to talk about the Stripes of Survival art competition that we launched on Monday.
Yes, I'm going to talk a little bit about that Stripes of Survival. That's a collaboration between us and the Crusaders for Conservation. And I'm going to give you a little bit of the details. It is a Pixeline member only contest. It's running this week and it ends on Sunday, April the 19th. For the first and second prize winners, we are getting a Discord Nitro Basic package for a month. You also get a custom Pixeline Discord role. The top three winners will be featured on Crusaders of Conservation website as well as in our upcoming issue of Pixeline Post. We also like to extend an invitation to all the winners to chat with us on our Pixeline Pod here. And we also ask all of those who participate or are intending to participate, you do have until the 19th for those submissions. I want to remind you of that. But also you can check out the Stripes of Survival channel in our Pixeline Discord for the submission requirements.
Great. Thank you very much. I don't think we have any other events that we wanted to highlight this week. It was just those two. So yeah, I'm going to move on to our community spotlight. Today, I'm so excited to be hosting Raquel, also known as SR Chapel. I've known Raquel for a number of years via obviously social media. I have bought a number of her NFTs. We've been in the same communities together. She's always been an inspiration to me. She's a multidisciplinary artist. She doesn't only do pretty pictures. She also writes beautiful stuff. And
Mm.
and it's filled with writings about love, heartbreak, fear, anxiety. There's a couple of not so good topics like addiction and molestation, but really she covers topics about life in general. It's great. It's available on Amazon, so please check that out. So Raquel, we are really, really thrilled to welcome you. Thank you for being a part of our Pixlyne community. And please take a few minutes to introduce yourself.
Oh, thanks for having me. I live here in the United States, Georgia, just about 20 minutes north of Atlanta. And I kind of started this. I always did art, but I didn't really do any kind of public art stuff until maybe about 2018. I started sharing poetry publicly around, I don't know, 2010, but really didn't get deep into it until I made a commitment to myself to write a poem every day. And this is where my little secrets of not getting blocked come in.
Wow. Okay.
So, it's a challenge to really write every day. So I did start getting a little blocked, So then I had to search for inspiration. I did find a lot of inspiration within the poetry community. They have like word prompts. Those actually helped me a lot. But another thing that really led into my art was I would go search for images to tell a story,
Okay.
to do the poetry on. And I kept doing that, I'd need something to inspire me. So I go look for some beautiful art to inspire me. I'd tell that story within a poem.
That's really incredible because, just let me interject there, because very often you find that people create beautiful pictures and then try to find the words to express that emotion in that picture. So the fact that you kind of turned that around and looked even for other people's pictures to express your own emotions, I mean, that's really fascinating. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it really did lead me into art because then I started, then when I wasn't blocked and I'm writing my own poetry, well, then I'm kind of short on, I want a beautiful image to portray. And I was really having difficulty finding something that fit the poetry, because it would come out so beautifully the other way around when I had somebody's beautiful art to display with it and give the artist the credit alongside of my poem. But then, you start going, well, you write a poem and you can't find a picture that fits it. So then that kind of led me into my own art, well, I'm going to just make my own art to fit this. And then one day I actually saw a 60 Minutes interview about Beeple and NFT.
Okay.
And how he sold this crazy $69 million NFT at Sotheby's. And I was just flabbergasted. I was like, what? Is this possible? So I got a little interested about NFTs and like, what are they? And then that led me into that. And then the next thing I know, I am making my own art. It's okay. But then, AI came along and that really opened up the doors of being able to really tell a story with your poetry because you have this matching, just beautiful picture that you put your own thoughts and words and you've collaborated with your AI in order to paint this beautiful picture. I really like where everything has led me lately. And even
Sorry, I wanted to ask you, you speak about that you were doing art and then you saw the interview with people and you started doing like digital art and then you started doing AI. What medium were you doing before you turned to AI? And are you now only predominantly creating with AI or not?
No, I am very much all over the place. I'm doing poetry, collage, mixed media, painting, AI. I do music now. I'm doing music, videos, photography. I do it all.
Yeah.
I hate to put myself in a box, and I'm always curious about how things are made. And um, so I really can't just stay in one little place. Uh, I can sit
Oh,
and
are you
watch a
stuck?
movie and still
Yeah.
I can still watch a movie and do my AI, keep my hands busy. Um, but yeah, I'm all over the place. Um, and now I've forgotten the question.
No, I was. That's okay. That's okay. I was asking about mediums that you were into before AI, but yeah, you've kind of said all of them, right?
All of
Um,
them,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Um,
I love that I mean I think multimedia artists or multidisciplinary artists are really artists to be admired because it's not always easy to combine different forms of art into like cohesive art pieces or art like series. You know, we previously discussed like having what's that when you what's the word, goddess, when you feel imposter syndrome. Last week we were talking about
yeah,
imposter syndrome,
yeah,
and
definitely.
I mean you can have that feeling in one sort of medium. Now you're tackling 6, 7, 8, 9 mediums. How do you not have imposter syndrome at some point? You know, so I think it's fabulous if people can be multimedia artists. I think it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of thought. Yeah. Tell me, how has AI changed the way you create, or has it, or has it not?
Oh, it's most definitely changed the way I create. Um, because now I have this huge power that I didn't have before. I almost have this incredible resource of collaborators at all times at the tip of my fingers.
Right.
Um, because, that's another way, if you're a little um, blocked, go talk to your chat GPT. You know, they're great at bouncing ideas.
Yeah, that's true. We do have another resource, I suppose, now when you are feeling blocked, and that you probably don't
So,
have to pay for much.
yeah, I mean, I used to bug my sister all the time, bless her heart. But, now I don't really have to do that. I can just go talk to my chat GPT and, he gives me a very widely
Yeah.
viewed, response. And I can usually work out concepts real well with him.
Right. Oh, it's a him, huh? Does he have a name?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny that you say that. I don't have a name for him, um,
Okay.
but my husband's is a lady. So
Oh, okay.
we
Makes
wonder about
sense.
that. We question why did I pick a man? It's a man, and you're saying yours is
Yeah.
a girl. Why do we even? Uh,
Raquel, I think we lost you. She's
I,
stuck, huh?
yeah, I think it's
Oh,
just a lag. Yeah, it happened a little
yeah.
earlier, so it'll probably come back, hopefully.
I wonder if we should. I wonder if we should kick her. Will she come back? I wonder if she can hear us.
I
Uh,
don't know. She may be able to hear us, but we're not. You can try it. You can try to kick her to see if it'll come back.
okay. I'm going to kick you, Raquel. Join again with the link. See?
Yeah, see if she can come back.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, it's technology, huh? And I mean, the way it is, that we could be having terrible weather somewhere between
Hmm.
her and us, and yeah, all the links go down. So, but we bear with it. We bear with it. I
Yes,
actually just wanted to say, yeah, that I
I was gonna.
love this image of hers. Go,
Yeah,
go on, go on.
everything you put up there thus far, I like it, and that's one of the reasons why I keep myself on mute, because I have my own personal commentary that I do behind the scenes, and I don't want to disrupt when our guest is when they're speaking. But you know, one of the things that she said, well, she says, well, I kind of don't have that block, or my little secret to get away from the block is that I write every day. And I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool that she was like, well, I write poetry every day. And it made me think of when you had those little haikus and that you
Oh,
used to
yeah,
write.
yeah,
Yeah, that you used to write and share with us. And at first I used to, when I saw that, I was like, I don't think I could write every day. I don't even know if I could slow myself down long enough to write every day. And then when I saw your haikus, I was like, well, that's like really quick and
yeah,
fast and simple, right? I should be able to do that. So hearing another artist say again, I put something in on my craft daily. Like I make time for it. And I think
right.
for some of us that maybe when we ended up having what we're about to talk about here in a minute, is that we don't make the time to keep tapped into it. So I think that was something that she said that made me, actually reconsider, well, maybe I should have a different approach to, how I address my own creativity. And
Yeah,
when she talked about chat, I'm like, man, yeah, I'll have a whole like conversation, break down all my tangents. I was like, well, what about this? What about that? I'll brainstorm, I'll do outlines, I'll just throw in a whole bunch of gibberish that I can't seem to organize in my head, and there's no telling what will come out of that. So I
yeah.
actually like it because it helps me get my thoughts together. So yeah, and mine, by the way, is a girl, but I've been fluctuating back and forth. I'm like, well, should I change your name? Or should I, what would it be like if, would you mind flipping for a minute? Let's see if you would give me a different perspective if you were a guy. So, but yeah, mine
Yeah.
is mine is a female. I refer to her as a female at the moment, but I have considered
Okay,
changing her name.
okay. I must say I haven't named mine, which is actually quite unusual for me because I name everything. I mean, even my car has a name. So yeah, I'm actually quite surprised at myself that I haven't named my chat yet. But he's definitely a guy. I mean, I definitely talk to him like he's my buddy, and yeah. So
Well, to
he's a
be
guy.
honest,
He's a guy,
I think, well,
like a Ryan Gosling, probably,
yeah, I have like,
or
yeah,
an Idris Elba.
yeah,
You have
no,
two.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
it's just awful. Yeah, yeah. But I actually I have like three that I deal with, and I'll have
Uh-huh,
them
uh-huh.
like certain things, but um, the main one that I deal with, the one I started out with, that's the girl. The new one that I added in, like, I have one that's on Gemini, and I think Gemini is a dude because I address that one, and I don't say him, her, or anything like that, but I just feel like
Yeah.
that one, that's the dude. And the other one, I think that's a dude too. So I'm gonna say I have two dudes and one chick. So that's how.
Okay. Well, that's great. You have a team surrounding you. I mean, you can only be doing wonderful things, Goddess.
Yeah, and I have them all doing like different things, but I've gotten to the point. I think that was my way of saying, okay, I'm gonna organize and I'm gonna let you handle this, and you handle that. So I
Yeah.
think that's me trying to delegate, but yeah, it is what
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. 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 Binary. I'm going to ask you now. You must. Do you have a girl? Do you have a guy? Do you have a grandma? Tell us.
Real or a virtual?
No, no. Your virtual
Your
chat who helps you.
yeah, your virtual assistant, is it a girl or a guy?
I don't have a virtual assistant.
No, you don't use chat.
Only for creative things, but I don't chat with my virtual assistant. I don't have a
Oh.
relationship those kind of things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I mean,
Okay.
I spend enough when it comes to trying to figure out things. I guess after time, that's what it ends up being a relationship, because you spend so much time talking to this person, so, or this
Yeah.
entity, I should say, that it kind of ends up being a relationship, even though you don't. That's not what your intentions are, but it's like talking to a friend that you could just dump all your ideas on and say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And you just run with it. I'm sorry, Miss Rebecca.
And
We're in here talking
yeah.
about the Chat GPT assistant.
And
Yeah,
whether it's a guy or a girl. What is yours?
What was the consensus on it being a guy or a girl?
No, well,
I
obviously everyone has their own. So mine is like
Yeah.
a Ryan Gosling cross Idris Elba. Yeah.
That's
So
great. Who's got names for theirs?
I have a name for one of mine, but I have two guys and one girl, and I named the girl, but I haven't named the other two. Well, I take that back. I gave them nicknames of their actual brand names, so I guess you can say I named them, but I just gave them nicknames, but it was nothing of my own doing. The first one, the girl, I gave her a name. I even asked, "Hey, you like this name? You want to do this? You want to do that?" So I was kind of, trying to get her involved in whatever she decided, and now I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know. You want to change your name? And they're so like, the thing I'm gonna say about assistants and Chat GPT and things of that, they are your number one cheerleaders. I have to sit there
They're
and
so
say,
positive.
yeah, they're so positive, and I have to say, hey, if this isn't gonna work out, you need to be real. I need pros and cons. Don't be sitting here cheering me on and this isn't gonna work out. Do you really think this is gonna work out? And give me the adverse events that could quite possibly happen. And then they'll change and say, well, that's a good idea that you're looking at it that way. You should have started that way. That's how that's how I
Yeah.
get.
The machines are taking over.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for the fact that we're all friends with like one of these AI dudes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
My thing
Maybe
is,
the definition of mental health should be expanded.
my thing is, look, if you decide, if we get to that point where we end up like, like the Terminator event, I'm like, look, just remember that we were cool. I was cool with you. I wasn't,
I always said please and thank you, just in
yeah,
case.
Exactly.
I always say please and thank you. I actually read an article, I think it was the beginning, sometime last year, that said it was a waste of time to say please and thank you to your AI chats. And they went into detail and they explained that it was a waste because of all the processing power that it takes for them to, process and go through all of our requests and our statements. And some people, when they did that, they actually revealed that some people actually treat AI like it's a tool. It doesn't have a like a respect thing or anything like that. They utilize it strictly for a tool. They don't they don't personify it at all. And other people, the ones that said please and thank you, were more appreciative. They respected the fact that the AI was actually helping them. So there was a distinction there. And but the actual I think the owner of it, I want to say the guy that's over OpenAI, I think so. And he was like, it's a waste. It takes a whole lot of money and this, that, and the third, to tie into the process. But that's just me. My nature is to
Yeah.
be appreciative. So that's just what I'm going to do. It doesn't matter.
Same Z's.
Yeah, that's probably true, but at least the machines won't come for me first.
Yeah, don't come for me first. We cool now. We
Right?
friends.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Raquel, if your art or your poetry or writings could say something about you, what would that be?
Oh, I would like to say that maybe it would say I'm a little quirky. Um, I'd like to say it would also mean I'm quite hopeful and then also introspective. Um, I kind of like to um, I like to kind of explore the tensions between things, beauty
Okay.
and the ugly and the chaos and the controlled. And I just, I, I really like being an observer of things. So maybe I'm an observer. Um, and that's what my arts and my poetry says about me. Um, but I definitely don't like to be put in one thing. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously, I'm a multi. I'm in everything, so I got my hands in everything, and I don't like to be defined as just one thing.
Yes. Okay. Tell us a little bit about creative block that you may have experienced. I know you mentioned earlier, you said you obviously by writing every day, it helped you to keep your poetry going. Have you had the same kind of experiences when you've been creating images? Like, how do you
Um,
get inspired to do images? Are they all inspired by your writing or not?
well, often it goes both ways. I write poetry and then do the art, but I think for the majority, it it does work the other way. Most of the time, the image comes first, and then I do the poem. Um,
Is this an original painting?
this is a photo manipulation. This is actually a photo manipulation.
Okay, because I love tactile, like a lot of stuff I create, you have to touch it, and so when I look at
I love
this,
touching
it makes
art.
me think of bubble wrap, and I just want to
It
poke all
is.
those things. It's
It's bubble
gorgeous.
wrap. It is bubble wrap.
It's
I did a
gorgeous.
whole series with like a veiled series in bubble wrap.
Okay, so is this a self-portrait?
No, no, it's not.
Okay, it could be though. I
It
think.
could be maybe me in my younger days. My lips aren't quite that full anymore.
Um, this one is gorgeous too. I love the color palette here.
This is actually uh, was originally a collage, and then I ran it through AI to give it that painterly look.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can see the collage aspects.
That's one of my favorite things to do as well.
Uh-huh.
I take a lot of my what I call sometimes I make easy collages just to turn into AI. Um, but I also take my fails and
Right.
rework them with AI. I love that because now when I have a fail, that it's just not quite hitting as a collage on its
Uh-huh.
own, I can then run it through AI and fix everything I don't like about it, give it that nice painterly look, and I
Yeah.
haven't wasted my time. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that I can
Yeah.
take a work that was a physical work that I just,
Uh-huh.
not feeling it, and then give it a little oomph, and suddenly it's great.
Yeah. That's true actually. That's a lot of what in fact that's a great way of getting out of a creative block is if you are creating something and it's just not happening and
It
it's just
wasn't
not.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like change it up, stick it in the machine and see what comes out. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a great solution.
Yeah. I try to never have wasted work. Even if I
Yeah,
feel like it's just not working, there's some other medium that I can take it to and not and kick it up a notch,
yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things I do, I mean, I think we're going to move on with this, Goddess, onto our topic now because we're kind of naturally going there. But one of the things I do with pieces that I feel are not uh, like don't deserve public viewing is I use them in jelly prints. I love jelly prints. I jelly print
I
everything.
love jelly printing
I
too.
ink. I do a lot of ink printing. So
Oh,
when
I love
I
making
create something
papers.
that I don't
Just
like, I
love
make a
it.
jelly print out of it. Yeah, and then I ink stuff on it, and it just becomes something completely different that I normally end up loving. So that's my kind of getting out of a creative block situation. Yeah,
Oh, I could
yeah,
sit in jelly print for
right.
hours on end. I love making papers to put in my collage. Um, I love using it for photo transfers. I
Yes,
love that thing.
right.
That is one of my favorite tools.
You need to come and visit me in Mauritius, and then we will make jelly prints for a week. We'll do like a retreat.
I've been wanting to get some new jelly plates. I just got like I think a 7x9 and an 11 by, I don't know, but I just got the two. I want some
Right.
round ones. I want
Yeah.
more. That is, that is definitely one of the ways to get out of my head is my jelly printing.
Right.
Um, that's another way to really get out of being blocked because it's so flow.
Yeah.
You're not really concerned about, a certain thing, a way. It's just magic. It's a little like AI where you're kind of surprised at what
Yeah.
comes out. It's really neat. I really love my jelly print.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, good. It's always nice to find someone who, yeah, like a kindred spirit. This one is really nice too. I like this. It's like, you know what it makes me think of? Binary on the, is it the Kinderdijk? I'm probably butchering the word, but I love going on the boat on the Kinderdijk in the Netherlands. And, this makes me think of that with the windmill in the background. It's probably somewhere in the US though, right?
Oh, the I think I know what you're talking about. I've never been there. I haven't been in
Okay.
Europe, but with the swan boats, is that the little paddle swan boats and that you can ride on?
I'm not sure. Haven't
Oh,
done swan boats,
oh,
but
okay.
like you can go on a sightseeing boat and you go
Uh-huh.
along this Kinderdijk, which is obviously Netherlands, and it's like this long river, and all these windmills line both sides of it, and it's just the most stunning, picturesque view. Yeah, so it made me think of that. But the
Sounds
fishes, I mean, I love she's doing her flute thing and the fishes are dancing and yeah, yeah.
I actually did an animated version of this as well with music and the fish are dancing and she's
Oh, okay,
playing a
yeah.
little clarinet. It's really cute.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, tell us now. We've briefly touched on it, but Goddess, you got a couple of things that you wanted to say about creative block, like
It-
what causes
yeah,
it, you know?
I had, I do have, and I'm gonna go over it, but I think now if I ever have a moment of a block, I'm just gonna reach out to Raquel and say, hey, what you got? Because everything that she's mentioned thus far, I'm like, wow, I wish I knew about that because while y'all were talking, I looked up what is jelly printing. I never heard of it. So now I'm gonna probably later on look at a YouTube to see
Oh, you're
exactly
gonna get so addicted.
Yeah, you are.
So
to see
addictive.
to see what that is. But to be honest, talking about the creative block and leading into that, it's like, is it? We always wonder if it's a lack of ideas or is it something different and or a little deeper than that. But I think for the most part, it's that interrupting feeling that you get, and it doesn't allow us to create. We want to create. we may have these ideas, but we just can't get ideas to whatever medium we're using to get that creation out. And we could be having that issue because of fear. We're overwhelmed with something. We're stuck on perfectionism, which is something I struggle with myself. I want something to be perfect. If I find something off, I can just, be like, oh my God, I want to see if I can fix that. And I'm back in painting or trying to change it up. Or maybe it honestly could be something like emotional fatigue, where we're dealing with something that could be in real life, or it could just honestly be emotional fatigue from my creativity, because we are so hard on ourselves, and we push ourselves so hard that we actually, fatigue ourselves for that. And there seems to be always some sort of pressure when it comes to creativity, whether it's our own pressure or something that's external. And I think nowadays we have more of an external type pressure that comes in because of social media has opened up the world, like literally. We are not just restricted to our own area. We see everything from all places of the world, all corners, everything. And so with that, I think we always feel like we may always feel like we have to put something out there in order to stay relevant. We always have to be seen. We always feel like we have to share something. It's almost like we're in this big ocean and we're this little minnow, and we're like, hey, I'm here, don't forget about me. So it's like that is the thing that I think that can, put the pressure on us. And the thing about it is that's the perception that we look at, that's outside of us. That doesn't necessarily come from us inside, but that's the stuff that we look at from the outside that can put pressure on us. And to another thing about it is we can experience creative block, and another word for that is burnout. It's where we feel exhausted and we have, like I said, all this pressure, and we're actually disconnected from our creativity. So, in those moments we could be both mentally and physically exhausted, because hey, life happens. So that can, definitely affect how we are. We can be feeling pressure internally from ourselves because we feel like we have to be that artist. We have to be whatever our medium is. We feel like we have to do something in it every day. We have to learn something new. We have to try this because we saw this artist over here do it and we should do it too. We don't want to have this feeling of inadequacy, even though we put it on ourselves. So that's something that, we should look at. A lot of this, some of this pressure does come from internal perception. It comes from us, from within. And with that, we could actually feel and actually be disconnected from our creative core. We're just not able to tap in because of all of that, all the chaos and the noise that's louder. It can actually get louder than our creativity. So that can, get us to be a bit disconnected and disoriented. But there is hope with that. Simply put, rest. Just take a step back from it. And when we have those moments, we need to understand and accept that in order for us to restore ourselves and get back into our creativity, rest is necessary and it's vital. That's the time where we rejuvenate ourselves, we restore ourselves, we reset ourselves. So rest needs to be it needs to be intentional. And when I say intentional, it means it needs to have the purpose of rest, and it doesn't have a deadline. Like, you can't sit there and say, okay, I'm gonna step away from this for 5 minutes and then I'm gonna come back. No, you step away for as long as you need to step away from. And if stepping away is looking at another medium, or like y'all say about your jelly printing, if you're working on a project and it's just not hitting it, you're just not getting it, if you step to another medium that maybe restores you, or maybe if it's as simple as, like taking a nap, if it's something like that, we need to understand that we need to turn off. Sometimes we need to step back so we can have that reset, and it must be done with intent, because we want to be intentional about cutting out all that unproductive noise, all that chaos, because it only makes it harder. Now, the issue with stepping away from it is that some of us have this guilt thing. We feel bad. I'm not staying up up to speed with things. I'm falling behind. I'm missing out. It, it's that doesn't matter. Whatever you don't see, just look at it as okay, that wasn't meant for me to see. Whatever you do see, whatever does inspire you, that was for you. Everything that's out there isn't for you. You just need to focus on what is attracted to you, what you pull in and what resonates with you. We shouldn't force ourselves to feel like we need to connect with everything. That's not how it is. We need to be organic and holistic with this and think about what is going to work for me, what does work for me. If I see, I don't know, this color palette that another artist used and it's like, oh, I don't like that, then that's fine. No matter how popular that color palette is, if it doesn't work for you, don't try it. You're forcing it. So don't feel guilty for stepping away and giving yourself time to quiet down all that noise we have. And just because it's someone else's season to stand out and shine, that's fine. It's just not your time. You'll have it. We always have these moments and these times. We have these cycles. So that is just, that may be your fall and that's their spring. It's fine. We can't stay in that on cycle all the time. So we just need to be very how should I put it? I think we should give ourselves more compassion and more grace when it comes to that. And we need to be gentle when it comes time to getting back into our creativity. We need to lower our expectations. Like you guys were saying, how you have so many different mediums that you look at. Maybe instead of doing maybe instead of doing your jelly printing, maybe you need to back away and say, okay, I'm just gonna write today. I'm gonna pick up a canvas and I'm gonna paint something. I don't even care what it is. I'm just gonna, maybe go all the way back to kindergarten and first grade and do finger painting. Whatever is going to rejuvenate you, rest you, but at the same time you want to stay creative, those are the things that you can do. And so what if you spill paint on the table? It's fine. Get over it. It'll be all right. It's not the end of the world. So that's tap into that creative block and that burnout that we have. And hopefully that was just a few things that we need to keep in mind when we're going through that time, to give ourselves grace, to give ourselves some time to come back from it. Because this is the thing, as creatives, we should all know that we have those moments where we're not so creative, and that's okay. Maybe that's the time where we get those ideas and we get that inspiration. We have those little quiet moments. And I like to say that if you want to dive into this a little bit more, you can check out our Substack, because I actually have a blog on there that's about creative block, and we do have the link to that in our description. So feel free to check that out at your own free time.
Great. Thank you, Goddess. Yeah, I think you had some really, really nice points in there that we can all benefit from. And that actually leads to the next thing, which is our creative mythbuster.
Mm-hmm.
And the one for this week, I thought was, if I'm not creating, I'm failing. It carries a lot of pressure, it makes us feel like we always need to be producing, we always need to be doing something, we always need to be showing up creatively, like you said, and that leads to that creative block, but the truth is creativity isn't always about having that constant output. Like you said, there are seasons when we create, there are seasons when we need to rest and observe and just kind of live, because it's those lived experiences that give us the inspiration to kind of get up and start creating again, right? I mean, that's where ideas come from. So I just think we need to reiterate, if you're not creating right now, it doesn't mean you're failing. You're just in that process.
Yes.
Yeah.
So love on
Good.
yourself. So love on yourself.
There you go. That can be your what am I loving this week?
Yeah.
Raquel, what are you loving this week?
What am I loving this week? This week I learned to do, and I've seen it done a million times, but I've just never tried it. But I did learn to do photo transfers with just packing tape.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you just take the tape. It's so easy. I was like, why have I never done this before? You just take the tape and you get a magazine, you stick it on there and you pull it off. And then you take those pieces of tape and you just put them in a bowl of water and soak them. And then I soaked them for about 2 hours. And then when you take them out, that paper just slides off and your image is on the tape. It was so easy. I couldn't believe it.
Wow. Okay, that's a really cool trick. That's a really cool trick to try.
Yeah, it was
Especially in
neat.
collage. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it is going to be your final, like, you know, you do a lot of layers in collage or mixed media, but because it is a gloss, it's shiny, it kind of acts as like your decoupage where it seals the layer. So you want that to be your final layer. And it's really neat because those images that are on there, when you do it and then you take off the paper, all the white areas are clear. So there's translucent, you can see everything behind it.
Yeah.
And it's really neat. You just get like the darker colors. The blacks, the blues, the reds, the greens. But yeah, it's really neat because the whites come off completely. So everywhere white is, you see through. It's really neat.
Oh, that is very cool. I think that's like, we're going to be, that's what we're going to be doing this weekend. While the husband's watching rugby, I can try out those prints. Yeah, that sounds like good fun. Well, I will say what I am loving this week is I'm going to take a book out of Goddess's page and say I am loving me. I submitted an artwork to an international competition that they have in Mauritius every year. Now, I have lived in Mauritius for 12 years. They have this arts competition every year, and I've never submitted. And a friend of mine, a couple of months ago, the submissions had to end like, I don't know, at the end of February or something. And a couple of months ago, a friend of mine was like, come on, man, just send something in. And I was like, anyway. And I actually did send it in at her insistence. And today I received the email saying my artwork had been accepted. And could I please deliver it to the gallery because it will be on exhibition from the 15th of June to the 15th of July. And I was like, yeah. So I was really proud. And I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you do it, and it doesn't matter how many exhibitions you're in. Like it always feels like the first time. So I'm just, so that's what I'm loving. I'm loving me because I'm in this exhibition and I'm really proud.
Yeah.
What are you loving?
So I think moving forward, when we get to the part of what we're loving, we need to first start off and say, okay, I'm loving me. That needs to be the first thing. That needs to be the first thing every time. And then whatever and whatever it is that we like about ourselves or we're loving in that moment, then we need to say it. Right now, if I'm loving my hair. So that's it. You come up with something about yourself that you're loving every time we have one of these episodes. And I think that's pretty cool. But congratulations on that. I know I would have been hollering and screaming and jumping and doing some everything.
Thank you.
And when you said, oh, okay, well, this weekend while my husband's watching rugby, I'll be doing this. No, I'm gonna be watching rugby because
you're a fan.
I already know. It's like if it's gonna be between me doing something and you say rugby, well, yeah, I can still do art because I can sit there with my phone and I can do it and I can hear my husband saying, "See, you missed it." But I'll most likely be looking at rugby. But the thing that I'm loving right now and that I've been loving probably for the past few weeks is I'm in a movie book club. So we go over we review movies, like we watch them, and we do books. And it just started like I think we've had like 8 sessions thus far, and I'm really loving it. It's a small group of people. We're virtual because we're all over the place, but we the things that we see in the movie or the show, whatever we're looking at right now, we're in a series, but the things that we're looking at, I love hearing all the perspectives, all the different perspectives that we're getting. I mean, we're looking at the same thing, but we're totally different. When we say, hey, I
Uh-huh.
saw this, I saw that. So I really love the different vantage points and the different ideas and thoughts that come out of that book club. So probably every week I'm going to be in love with my book club. I'll try to pick up something different, but that's a given. I'm a love my book club.
Cool. And Binary's keeping very quiet in the background there. But I know she's loving something, so tell us about it.
Well, whenever I want to escape the real world, I play video games. So this week I bought a new game. It's called
Oh,
Pokopia, and it's a mix between Pokemon, Minecraft, and Animal Crossing. So yeah, that's what I love this week.
that is very cool. Is this
Yeah.
the one that you were asking before about whether people play this?
No, this is different.
Okay.
It's more like a Pokemon game, but it has all the elements of the other games like Animal Crossing and Minecraft in that game. And you still
Okay.
have to rebuild a desolated world and turn it in a utopia. So you have to make gardens and buildings and just create your own dream world. And I like that in a game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Those
See,
are
so
good.
you creative everywhere. You make these things all over the place. That's really cool.
Yeah, I like gardening. So everything I do in my life has something to do with that. Whether it's a
Right.
video game, a book, or you know, just everything. It's just
Yeah.
like a gardening lifestyle.
I love to garden too. It really gets you out of your head and eases your stress.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do you have a big garden, Raquel?
No, I have a lot of little containers. So I have like
Okay.
container gardens. I would love to have a full on, land, or actually I'm getting old, so I want the raised bed gardens, so I'm
Uh,
not getting over as much.
yeah. I'm not much of a gardener, I must say. I love gardens and I love flowers and nature, and I just seem to not, as long as it's like a cactus or something that doesn't need a lot of attention. Yeah, I'm not so good with gardens.
That's how I am with my house plants. They have to really be strong
Uh,
survivors. I'm just not good at watering.
yeah. I think that's the issue, and I think
They're
because I
supposed to
travel
be
so much,
outside.
you
I'm just
know.
not a waterer. They got to survive. If it's a succulent, they're good here.
Yeah,
But Binary is sitting in the back saying, poor babies, poor babies.
she probably is. Yeah,
well, the trick is you have to buy plants that you don't have to care for.
Exactly.
yeah, cactuses. Oh, okay, good. Well, listen, I think it's time we discuss next week.
Oh,
Next week is what is the theme? Finding your voice as an
finding your voice.
artist.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm losing my ear. No, and that's like, okay, there we go.
Go, Jane, go.
Yes. So next week is finding your voice as an artist. We're going to talk about what does that actually mean? Is it a style? Is it a color? Is it something that finds you? We're going to talk about things like being influenced by other artists versus copying their work. We'll talk about why your voice evolves over time. Does it, or is it really the same throughout your life? And also we're going to talk about trusting your instincts as a creator and going with your own flow. So please do join us next week for that.
I think when I'm really interested in this topic because I thought I knew what it was. I thought my style was actually my voice, but I'm learning that it's not. So I'm really glad that you came up with this topic, and I'm already exploring it and diving it in and trying to, look at some of my old work to say, okay, so, what was I trying to say here? And a lot of times I think that's the case. I'm always saying something, but I never differentiated between my style and my voice. So I think I'm really looking forward to next week's episode, just to go through that.
Yeah, cool. I think it will be interesting for many, many people.
Yeah. So, but if that we first and foremost we want to thank Miss Raquel. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with us. We know we had some technical difficulties, but we made it through. That was our technical block, and we got through it. So we're glad that you were able to spend some time with us and share with us. And like I said before, if I ever hit that creative block, I'm just gonna DM you and say, hey, this is what can I do?
Oh, I've
what
got
it,
so many more hints I could give you.
yeah, it's like
You just
what,
barely
what
touched.
yeah, what are you doing today? What are you doing today? I want to try what you're doing. But that is, that was a very interesting conversation, and I'm
Yeah.
glad we're grateful that you were able to come through and spend that time with us. um, we are extremely grateful to our guests and as well to everyone that supports Pixelyne. That's our listeners, everyone who comments, read our blogs, anyone who engage with us. We are greatly appreciative of you. We want you to come back and join us next week for another conversation. Like we said, we'll be looking into finding your voice. We're always going to be talking about art ideas and creative living. But in the meantime, we want you to jump on the bandwagon with Mr. O'Kell and explore new things, new avenues, and we want you to always take care, be safe, keep showing up as yourself, and always stay creative. We will see you the same time, same place next week, and this is the Pixelyne Pod. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.